I think the role of the hub is a very unique one and a very important one. And when I say unique, I don't say that lightly. I think unique in the sense that perhaps we are not yet at the stage where we want to admit that while distance learning and while e-learning is the answer to so many of the problems, not only in South Africa, but in the world in terms of schooling, it also has its challenges. One of the challenges is that you assume a lot of things if you say that a student can, from a trick, just go into university and through e-learning get their degree or their certificate. It is a very lonely road. Even at universities face-to-face, it is a lonely road for a student because they're one of 200, of 500, of 100 students in a class. In other words, you are a number. In distance learning, you are a number, but you're also on your own. It's you and the screen in front of you. Now, I think most people would admit that that is not a very natural situation, not even for learning, not even for tertiary learning. What you need is that social connection with other students, with your tutor, with your lecturer. And this is where exactly that gap that we try to address. We are a learning support center. We look at what the challenges are of a distance learning student. We have identified them to be language. We have identified technology, also motivational, also academic. All of these things pose challenges to these students because there's nobody sitting next to them to assist them with it when they get to that point where they don't know how to continue. But what we offer them now is a system whereby at least once a week they get together with other students who are following exactly the same course, who understand their challenges, who sit next to them and who can support them, who can say, I see you struggling with this, I'm also struggling with this, but let's ask our tutor. And the tutor working with these small groups of students is a qualified person. It is a person who is experienced in the field. It is therefore a person who can give the necessary guidance, but at the same time assist the students in building the very important bridge between theory and practice, which even our students in universities struggle with, because you can understand that if you are in a class of 100 people, it is very often the emphasis is on the book, the text, and there is no time perhaps and little assistance with the actual application of what you read in that book, what you read in your research. So that bridge between the academic, the book knowledge, and the classroom practice is then much easier to address in small group situations where in a collaborative way the students also help each other. And it is much easier for the tutor who has the background of having been in a classroom not so long ago to assist these students. It is much easier to help them to reflect in practice, reflect on practice, reflect for practice, something that is important for every practitioner, for every teacher in practice, to be able to look at own practice and improve on what you are doing by asking the right questions. This is the kind of guidance that we provide the students.